Wow.
Also, come grab that trash bag. Get the trash bag from the refrigerator. That black one.
Over here.
Yeah.
All right. I think we Gucci. People that show up on YouTube, they like to remain anonymous. Hey, Shalom, Israel. Yahweh Shem Yahshua Barakatham, Yahweh Shemala Thun Shem Yahshua. This is I.S.U.P.K. Indianapolis Friday Hebrew class. Also 5,000 Qadash Alabama. We about to get it in with Hebrew. You know how we kick it off. That looks blurry, don't it? Shalaki. I think I got something.
Mark putting his finger on the camera.
All right, I think that's better. Let me, Salakia, let me get readjusted.
Man, for class, if you could, if I decided to take a picture of Quan with that tam on, that boy looking right with that thing on.
Hey, Shalom, Trooper Isaiah, Yahweh Shem Yahshua Barakatham. What camp you in, Isaiah Yala? Let me know what camp you're in. Also, if you got any questions, go ahead and type it in the chat. We'll see if we can get it. We always start off with the Hebrew alphabet, so no different. Today, we're going to kick it off and get the Hebrew alphabet going.
Lucky. I forgot it out.
Go ahead, Kwame, if you want. All right. You got it? All right. Trooper Kwame Park, he going to rock it out every Friday with Hebrew class. So we're going to go ahead and let him do the Hebrew. If you got anything, that I see kind of slightly off or whatever, then I'll say something. But other than that, he going to rock it out. Just let him walk him through it like you normally do, Kwame. Remember, we put the symbol on the top though.
We do the ancient right now, right?
Right. Ancient on top. Then
That's the I. With the ba. The ba.
let me make sure. That's good. That was actually a good one.
It wasn't like straight and all that, I had the triangle crooked and all that.
Okay, Mr. Perfection. It was actually vertical.
God, nah, I mean,
it was better the first time we did.
God. The ba.
Right.
Then you got the ga.
Mm-hmm.
The ga. The da. Little triangle.
Right.
And the Ha. Ha.
Right.
Wa. This is you. First you a line in it. Let's say the Ya. Za. Next. This is Z. Za. You get the Wa. No. Ka. Got the Paj. Ka. I want to say Ya next. No, Ta. That's like the X-Men, I tell you every week. Ta. Ta. And you got the Ya. Like the Z sideways, line to the middle, it doesn't go through. You got the Ka.
Hey, Shalom, Makwawa, Yahabashim, Yashabrakatah. Shalom to Javaris Thompson. Yahabashim, Yashabrakatah.
Ka. And the La.
I fixed that Ka
Cut him, Ka.
because the Ka, it should connect to the other line.
Oh, selected.
Boom, that's it.
Cut him, Ka. Ka.
But it's a V though.
Ka.
My bad.
Selected. Ka. And then a La.
Salakia, I don't want to be nitpicky.
Oh, no. Selected. No.
But I think this will help people, you know,
Okay.
as they write the alphabet.
Oh,
If you make your step aside so they can see. Okay. All right. Don't go nowhere though. But your Ka, if you think of the Ka as a C,
Cut him, Ka.
right, and then a smaller V on the inside. Well, yours was kind of like, you know,
I just always get mixed up,
They
I get
always-
messed up right there.
you know, yours kind of looked like that, where this one is more on the inside of it.
I just make the C for and always get messed up making the sideways V. You know what I'm saying? I used to that.
Right.
Cut him, Ka. La. Just an L. Then you got the Ma. Just like that. With W/Y. Then you got the Na. Just like that. I'm gonna say Sa is next. Sa. Three lines through it, like a T with three lines through it. And the I. It's an O. Then the Pa. like a J. Five. Taza. A line or a Z.
Hey, Shalom, Yahweh Shah Barakatah. Qadash, Ya Allah.
Qua. Like that. Mara. Backwards forward.
Mm-hmm. If you could squeeze the other two on that same line.
Come. Shot. Like that. Stop.
Damn right. The only thing that I would say about the thigh is that the one side come down a little longer.
Come.
It's not like a perfect X.
Come. That's too long. Oh,
It's actually the other side. Is
okay.
the other side. Boom. That's it.
Come.
Yep. All right. So the brother just for everybody watching online, the brother just completed the ancient Hebrew, right? So this was the Hebrew. Excuse me, sis. This was the Hebrew, right? When you see anything in Hebrew today, you will not see these characters. You will see the next set of characters that he's going to write. This is called Assyrian Hebrew. So when the Israelites went into captivity, they formed, for whatever reason, a difference. They adjusted or bastardized, is what we like to say. They bastardized our language, and they changed the characters, right? So you're going to see a different set of characters. Now, when you look at any printed text of modern Hebrew, these are the characters that you're going to see that the brother's about to write. All right, go ahead and write it up on part.
Come. And the I, so it's like an X. Lift on it. The I. And the Va. Hangman. Va. And the Ga.
What's the chips? What kind you eat? Hot fries? Like the Chester ones? I'll be right back.
All right, Cash.
It's like, you know, kind of eat. Nah, just messing with you. Nah, just messing with you.
You want some?
Take whatever, guys. Whatever, you know what I'm saying?
I'm pouring cup of water.
I just messing with you, though. But
I'm making the now, you know. You don't want to come back and leave lunching. You gotta.
no, I think bad.
I got you, no problem.
Go.
Antonio Boyd, Shalom. What's good,
Oh,
bro?
Shalom. I, and the bot's like a hangman. The God, it's like a little stick man, you know what I'm saying? And the Da, something like this. The Da. Da. And the Ha. Oh, the Ha.
You want to make that closer though, because that
Cut
don't
him,
even look like
this
it.
look weird, huh?
Right.
Cut him. Da.
if I could too.
Khan.
But this one, I would just make it like, okay, the printed, the way it's written, I would use the written. Right. Did I? I didn't erase your dot, did I? Salaki, if I did, I didn't mean to. All right. So the high. As soon as I come over here and try to do something, I mess it up. One line, over, down.
Cuddle Khan. That's the wild. Cuddle Khan.
Obviously, you write bigger than me, but the way that you was doing it, it was a little bit more boxier, right? Yours kind of looked like this.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, that's really the same, but like, there's a little curvature to it. So.
Cuddle Khan. Cuddle Khan. Yeah. And the Y. That's the Y. The Z. Let's say some kind of T. I'm gonna say T.
Hey, Shalom, Yashar, Ba Yeremaya, Yabashim Yashar Barakatah. Cleveland, Ohio, and house. Hopefully, you're in contact with Officer Hadar Ya'ala. Mighty man over Cleveland. Again, anybody got any questions or any Hebrew words they want to look up? You could type it in here. We'll see if we can get them looked up after we wrap up on the. Usually, what we do is we go through the alphabet, the ancient and the Syrian, and then after we go through the both sets of alphabets, then we start looking up. We'll look up Hebrew words if anybody got any questions.
And that's the Z. Now we're gonna do the Ka. That's the Y. Salaki.
This is tell
Both sides.
Right. Yep.
Cuddle Khan. The Ta. Like some kind of U, something like this.
Right.
What? Cuddle Khan. Yeah.
Except the only difference is.
So come in more in with this one?
No, well, it's really straight on the left hand side and curl in on the other side.
Come.
That side don't have a curve.
This one?
No, it's flip flop.
It's the other way around. Cuddle Khan. They had ABC D choice or ABC on the test. So you know the answers. You know what I'm saying? God. Yeah. And the za like that. You know what I'm saying? Real small.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And the ka. Oh, God, just see. Ka.
Right.
La.
Hold on.
Oh, Salaki.
Hold on. There you
Hold him
go.
up. Hold him up.
What you forgetting?
Oh, Salaki. Damn. Ka. I gotta use my cheat sheet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Break it down for the people.
Now, Ka. This is between the letter.
Hold on. You got to start back even a little bit more.
Oh, Salaki.
No, you right on the ka, but I'm saying give them some more context.
Oh, okay. See, you got in the Syrians, you got between the letter, you got at the end of a word. So you don't want to, see.
let me elaborate.
Kind of kind.
All right.
Good.
So what the brother was gonna say. All right. So the reason we teach ancient and Assyrian is because you won't be able to look at any of the printed text today if you don't know the Assyrian alphabet, right? Unfortunately, the Assyrian is a lot more complicated. You look at the ancient, all the characters look different. You got Abba, God, Da, all the way to Tha. Each one of those top ones, they look different, right? You can't confuse them. But as the brother gets more into the Assyrian, you're going to see that some of them, you might be able to confuse them, right? You not only will you confuse them, it's 5 letters in the Assyrian alphabet where if a letter is at the end of a word, it looks one way. But if it's in between 2 letters, it looks a different way. Perfect example, if I could. All right. No. Oh, you got it. Okay. All right. This letter right here is the Ka. This character is the Ka. The sound it makes is Ka. All right. So it looks that way. Like say it was in between a La and a Ma, right? It'll look like this. But when Ka is on the end, the letter changes and it looks like this. So in order for you to thoroughly understand Assyrian Hebrew, right, you got to know the differences between a Ka and, for instance, a Da. You might look at the Da and the Ka and say, man, that looks alike. That must be a Da. Well, notice the slight variation. The Da has a lip on the end. The Da has a lip on the end. So that small change in the character is going to allow you to distinguish between the two. All right. So the next one is the La. The La kind of looks like a squiggly with a long tail on the end, right? And then next is the Ma. I'm too out of it. Oh, you got time. Hold on. Hold on. All right, so then you got the Ma. All right, so the Ma looks like this in between 2 letters, and then at the end of a word, it looks a little bit more boxy. That's the best way to distinguish it, really. So there's a little bit more curvy, but at the end of a word, it's a little bit more boxy. All right. You want to take over? You got it.
Like you were saying, you know what I'm saying? You gotta watch it. You know, you might get mixed up with. Let me see. The Ma can get mixed up with the Sa.
You come,
you know, couple times. The Na. Like this. Something like that. Like it's almost an E.
Yep.
A funky E.
That's good enough.
And then they got
Sa.
Nah, you got the ancient. I mean, that's between the word,
right,
or 2 letters. You got the end of a word,
right.
I remember last week you told me this one's more longer than the Y because it also looked the same.
Right.
Cut of a con. And then you got the Sa.
Mm-hmm.
This one, I want to say, goes up like that. Incorrect.
Right.
No, it's very.
No, that's right. That's right. That's right. That's right.
Okay. Cut of con. Sa. And you go to I.
And so what the brother just pointed out is, if you're not careful, you'll confuse the Mas with the Sa. Again, that's why nobody really likes Assyrian, because it's a little bit more complicated. But notice how the Ma, the tail goes more horizontal. The Sa, you'll see, is more diagonal or pointing up for the tail. But they're essentially just circles almost, or kind of awkward circles. And the tail is how you distinguish between the two.
We got the I.
Hey, Shalom, real quick.
That's the I. And you got the Pa. Pa. And also, that's between two letters. We also have an end of word.
Yeah, that's it.
And the Tazah. Like you said, you got 5 of them. You know? I'm just thinking like now, I gotta get that down, you know, because that's one thing I haven't been thinking about when I'm taking tests with them. I need to know the 5 letters to have that. You know, you know what I'm saying? The 5 letters.
And not only that, you know, and that's good that you call it out, but like any brother that plans to be an officer in the school and you're gonna attend Sabbath service, you're gonna have to know how to read the Sabbath. Right? Or the Salak, you're gonna have to know how to read the letters in Sabbath service. So.
And then you got the Tazah also.
13.
So in, then out.
Yep.
Other one. That's between 2 letters.
Right.
Boom, just like that.
Yep.
Then the Qua.
Unfinished star.
Okay, I'll make it sure. You know what I'm saying? How am I? And the Ra.
Looks like the die.
The Da?
Looks like the die.
Oh, Salakia. Answer. No.
No. Looks like the die. Looks like the die.
Oh, Salakia.
I'm gonna tell you, just for the brothers, if I could, just for the brothers that's learning Hebrew, and you know you might be studying for your test, or you might not even be looking to become an officer, but you just still want to learn Hebrew. The easiest way to remember the Syrian alphabet is find little things, just like word association, like you did with certain things you had to remember in school. It's the same thing here. I always remember the Ra because it looks almost identical to the Da, right? So the Ra looks like this. Right? It's actually a little curvier. Right? So that's the Ra, and then look at the Da. Now, you can distinguish it pretty easy here, but in the printed text, these two look very similar. And the only way you're going to be able to distinguish it is that little lip on the end of the Da. So some of these you're going to see they are closely, like I said earlier, if you're not paying attention, if you're not focused in on it, you're going to mistake the words and you're going to say the word wrong.
And we're on the shop.
You?
Like it? Hey,
good.
it sounded like you was finna say that U.P.K. Stop. That's stop. Stop. That's the what?
Yep.
Come.
All right. So go ahead and run through the alphabet real quick.
Cut of a con.
You run through the whole thing.
Ha, ba, ga, da, ha, wa, za, ka. Ta, ya, pa, la, ma, na, sa, I, pa, ta, za, qua, bra, sha, ta.
Most High.
Right there. Cut of a con.
All right, we're gonna leave it up for a second.
Cut.
I got something. I got a textbook on Hebrew, but this is not ancient Hebrew. I'm just gonna call out some differences that you find in ancient Hebrew and what you would call Yiddish, which is what the Jewish man speaks. When I say Jewish, meaning the Edomite who proclaims to be a Jew, right? You blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, you are the real Jew according to the Bible, right? According to history and according to everything else, right? But they stole your language, they stole your culture, just like they steal every other culture. Like they don't have a culture of their own, right? But this book, like I said, is not an ancient Hebrew book, but I found some interesting comments in it, and I just wanted to share. And then also, we're gonna put the Yiddish, right? So you see a lot of people logging on to I.S.U.P.K classes, or might be on Facebook, and these fake Israelites, they'll say Shalom, or they'll say Yahuwah, they'll say something. Who knows what they say? We're gonna try to understand where they're coming from. I mean, we already know in the school that they're speaking Yiddish, right? They're not speaking ancient Hebrew, but I'm gonna give you guys a little context on where they get it from. All right, so I'm gonna read this part, and then we're gonna get into their alphabet real quick. All right, so this is a textbook. Now, mind you, this is a Jewish Caucasian lady who wrote this book, right? And so she says the Hebrew alphabet is the oldest in the world, still in use today. And when she says our own, she's talking about this modern Hebrew. Our own alphabet is descendant of it, right? And it says the text of the Hebrew Bible we use today reflects several periods of development, meaning the way that they use Hebrew, it went through several periods of development, right? Not like this. This ain't changed in thousands of years, right? Before this was pictures, but this modern Hebrew that you see that they use it, the way that they use it, has been through several periods of changes, of development, I should say. All right, and this next point is something that I bring out every time we're in class on the Hebrew. Originally, only the consonants were used, meaning this: Hebrew ancient Hebrew does not have any vowel sounds, right? You might look at this O and think that that's a vowel. That's not a vowel. That's just a character. That's just the way it looks. It looks like an O, but it's not an O. And the sound that it makes is I. It's not a vowel. That's just the sound it makes. So when you see this is not a vowel. This is simply a character. It's a consonant. It looks like an O and sounds like an I, right? But it's not a vowel. It says originally only the consonants were used. By the time the Israelite kingdoms, some consonants were used to indicate certain vowels. Meaning this, they imposed vowels on Hebrew. Hebrew doesn't have any vowels. So that's why we always say, if you listen to anybody who teaches Hebrew in the school, we'll say original ancient Hebrew didn't have any vowels. The Jewish man added vowels to this. So when you hear shalom with an O and it's spelled shalom with an O, then that's wrong. You know that from the jump, because even the white scholars say originally it was only consonants. There were no vowels in it. So what they put vowels into Hebrew, which is all wrong, right? So I wanted to share that. Also, we're gonna get the major difference in what they write or the sounds that they make. Okay. So this is what I'm gonna do. Let's do this. Let's erase this ancient Hebrew. All right. So this is the Assyrian. All right, that's the Assyrian, right? So for this character, right, we would say I. That's ancient Hebrew. You see this character, you say I. That's how we when we see the modern characters for Hebrew, we don't use what the Jewish man uses. We say ah because that's ancient Hebrew, right? Now they say I might have to space these out. They say Aleph. Right? So instead of saying ah, they say Aleph. We're just gonna run through this. We're not spending a lot of time on this. It's not anything that you should learn. It's just for awareness, right? So when you see, you want to know and understand why we say things differently from what some of these fake Israelites say, then you'll kind of have an understanding where we're coming from, right? Let me know if there's any questions for me. All right. So here, I'm just gonna draw lines because the space is kind of cramped on the board, so I'm just gonna draw lines. All right. So they say Aleph. All right. We say Ba. They say Bet. Bet. All right. They say Bet. So we would say Ba. They would say Aleph Bet.
You got it. Good, because you could look it up on YouTube. I mean Google.
Yeah,
It would not be the same.
Right. This is what we bring out here. Anybody can look this up on Google. It's no mystery to it. You know what I mean? It ain't something that we dug up. This ain't no heavy material. You can find the Yiddish alphabet online. All right.
Okay.
All right. So actually, what I just looked up, this is pronounced vet. So it's not vet, it's vet. It's pronounced vet. All right. Next is Gimel.
Yep. Got it.
Hold them up. Lucky, guys. You find out.
Nah, you're right. Nah, it's the fake Hebrews.
Good.
Gimel. All right. So we would say Ga. And then two, this don't even sound, just if I could just sidebar for a second. Like the heathens, when they saw us or when we were in captivity and they caught us when we were in the Roman Empire, we were considered barbarians because they would hear us talk. Ah, ba, ga, da, right? They talking about Aleph, Vet, Gimel. That don't sound barbarian at all. These can't, this language that they speaking ain't the language of the Lord's chosen people. Like we were known to be barbarians, not only for the way that we spoke, but how vicious we were about language.
Right.
All right. Then the lot, whatever that is. The let, maybe.
I heard them pronounce it Dalit.
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 Dalit. It don't have a pronunciation in here, so we'll go with whatever Cap say because I really don't give a damn. Like I said, this is just for awareness. So this is their alphabet, and then at the end we're gonna get a couple common words that you see on Facebook with these fake Israelite groups. Anybody who's learned, who claims they know Hebrew, right? And you'll see them post. So we'll get a couple words that they use in common. Mainly the Most High's name. We'll get that for sure. All right. Hey. 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 All right. Va. I think I've heard this one before. Va. Right. Zion. So this would be Za. Matter of fact, I'm just going. No, I ain't gonna have enough room. I just tell you again, Ba, Ga, Da, Ha, Wa. Then this would be Za, but they call it Zion. Right? Then Het. So this be Ha. We would say Ha. They say Het. For us, this would be Ta. they say tet. Then we would say yah, and they say yad. Yod, yad, right? Then we would say ka, they say kof. All right, and just a piece, like I said, this is just something that I happen to know. This cough part, I bet if you look this up, it has something to do. It's used a lot. This sound is used a lot in German. I remember hearing this part of speech a lot in Germany. And if you know anything about Yiddish, they say if you can understand, if you can speak German, then you understand a good bit of Yiddish. The reason being, Yiddish is a Slavic tongue, meaning those Slavic nations, Germany, Russia, all those little, Caucasian European nations over there got, Slavic tongues for the most part, except, your Spanish and Portuguese. Those are Latin based. But anyway, we would say ka, they say cough. This would be actually they pronounce it hof. All right. And then we would say la for this character right here. And they say lamed, I guess. Lamed. We would say ma, and they say me. We would say na, they say none. We would say sa, and they say sama. Same, maybe. We would say I, and they say ayin. Ayin. And if I'm pronouncing some of these wrong, you speak Yiddish, then Salakia, but I really don't give a damn. Because it ain't Hebrew. All right. We would say pa, and they would say pe, or fe, actually. Pe, fe, one of them. Pe. All right. We would say tazah. They would say tasada. Tasada. Right? We would say qua, they say qua. We would say ra, they say resh. We would say sha, and they say shin. I'm gonna put the last one at the bottom. We would say ta, and they say tav. All right. Again, this is nothing that you have to try to learn. It's just really for your, as they like to say, edification. It's just so you can know the difference between what is real Hebrew and what is Yiddish, right? Aleph, Bet, Gimel, Dalat, He, Vav, Zion, all this is Yiddish. No need to know it, just know the difference. Just know when you see it, it's not real Hebrew, right? Even what we read in this book, in this textbook that they teach, this is a textbook that they, at one point, I don't know if they still use it, but at one point it was taught in seminary, right? Meaning where you go to get your theology degree, or you go to get, your certification, become a rabbi or a pastor or whatever you're going to do, right? You go to seminary and you have to take, for most programs, you have to take a Hebrew class, right? Just a Hebrew basics. Well, even the writer of the textbook said that this text or these letters, these sounds, they've went through several iterations of development, meaning it's changed, right? It's not even the same. It's not even real Hebrew. So just know when you see these, you see these symbols, all you have to do if you want to speak ancient Hebrew is convert or don't use these and use what we say is Hebrew, right? The ah, ba, ga, da, all that, right? So anyway, that's just a lesson. Keep that. You can Google this. You can look this up. It's on the internet. It's nothing special. This is Yiddish. It's not ancient Hebrew.
That's right.
All right. So what are some of the things that you see on Facebook? I need to get my phone for this piece. Coffee. Got my joke. I'm trying to drink my joke.
Ain't chocolate. Hey, with the chocolate. No.
All right. So let's do some word lookups. Anybody who doesn't have the Blue Letter Bible app on your phone, or you can go to the website blueletterbible.org. It's not .com, it's .org, right? You can look up words and find the Hebrew word in on the Blue Letter Bible, right? So let's look up. Let's go to Genesis. Let's go to Genesis 1:1. Genesis 1:1 in your Blue Letter Bible or blueletterbible.org. Right? Okay, here we go. The first one. You look up, you go to the interlinear concordance in your Blue Letter Bible. Equam, let me know if anybody on there, they don't know how to use it or get to it. I'll do some screenshots on my phone and show people if they have any questions. All right. So here's what you see a lot. You see this a lot, right? So you'll have the I. Forgive my lie. The lie ain't never worked out for me. I always have to use the cheat sheet because it's never turned out right. That's probably better.
So it's like, what's the difference between Septuagint and reverse interlinear?
The Septuagint is the one with the Greek. The reverse interlinear is the one with the Hebrew.
Oh.
Yeah, the Septuagint joint got all the Greek in it. All right. So all right. So right here, this is Yiddish. Well, this is not. This is modern Hebrew, right? So in Yiddish, you would say Elohim. Everybody heard that, right? You heard that before. You ever heard people who even fake Israelites, they say Elohim, right? So this word in Hebrew means power or powers. When you read the word God in the Bible, God is not the Most High's name. God is a title, right? That's why you can have, the Egyptians had many gods, right? It's just a title. They make a man. They used to make men and say he's a god now. You saw that in the movie 300. He was like, he made himself a god. It's just a title, but they're not the God, right? So there's only one power. But in the Bible, when you see God, it's talking about power or powers, meaning they have the power of the most. They've been given the power and authority to do things on the earth, right? So that's when you see God in the Bible. If you look it up in Hebrew, like in your blue letter Bible, it'll say Elohim, right? Now, these are the characters. And we know these characters because we do them every Friday, right? What is it really supposed to be? Kwame, I'm gonna give it to you. No. We just talked about that. It wasn't Yahweh.
You said God?
No, forget about, okay, let me start over. Because don't get caught up on the God. I just want
so like
no, hold on, let me finish. I just want to reiterate because maybe I wasn't clear for anybody online. When you read God in the scriptures, God is not the Most High's name. This God, when you see God in the scriptures, it means power or powers, right? So says that God created the earth. The Most High doesn't move off his throne. So he didn't physically create the earth, but he authorized somebody, he gave him power, or he gave multiple people powers to create the earth, right? So when you see God, if you look this word up in the blue letter Bible, it'll say Elohim, which you'll see a lot of fake Israelites, they'll say, yeah, Elohim, Elohim, right? And they think that they're speaking Hebrew just because they looked it up in the blue letter Bible and it says Elohim. What do we say? We say Elohim. You never heard that? It's in the prayers.
No, that's the only time I heard it.
Prayers.
I'm saying I never got it down there as in,
Okay.
seen it.
So now you know.
Right.
I need to make sure I'm spelling it right. If I could, I think it's in the prayers. Could you grab it for me? That should be it right there, though. Elohim.
But as in, I can read the Hebrew. I know that's Allah.
No. I'm talking about the exact spelling on it. That should be correct.
Lord's prayer.
No, it should be in Psalms 83.
Oh, okay. Psalms. Psalms 83. Okay, okay.
What? Allah.
Ha. No, Salakia. It's a ha. The ha or the ah.
Let me check it out.
Salakia, I think you got it right. No, but it's a.
Is it right or wrong?
It's an A. It might. Damn.
What you mean?
It might be an A after the H. No.
Let me check it out. Where was it?
The first one.
Okay. Okay, yeah, I'm missing it. Throw out. All right. Elohim, right? So, in ancient Hebrew, you say power or powers, Elohim, right? Now, that's just one difference that you'll see. Okay, so if we spelling it in Yiddish, this is what it would look like. I don't even know how they get to that because I don't speak Yiddish and I don't know how to spell it. But they got where's the line? Yeah, I'm looking at the letters. You know how you can use our letters, right? And you can spell the Hebrew word like the I. You got AH. You got La. You got LA. Ha. HA. Ya. And then you got the Ma. Well, when I look at, like I said, there's textbooks that got their letters in it. I don't know how you even spell that, because they got so many different variations that you can do and use, right? So their La is lame, Lamed. So how do you get that? Their H or Ha sound is head, not HI. Their Wa sound or Ya sound is Yad. So who knows?
Even in the text. Oh, Salaki, my bad.
You can check it out. Even having written down their letters and what they, what the sounds that they make, who knows how they came to that spelling, whatever rules that they got for Yiddish, right? But you see Hebrew, ancient Hebrew, you got the I, which is here, the La, the Ha, the Ya, and the Ma, right? And the only reason why the Ma doesn't have the A on because these last two characters are connected. You don't show connections in Assyrian, but if I was to write out the ancient, you would connect to the last word. All right. So anyway, that's one lesson for. I wanted to get the Most High's name too. All right, because you'll see that one a lot too. But this one you definitely see a lot amongst fake Israelites. They talking about Elohim, Elohim.
Yeah.
All right, that was Genesis 1:1. Let's get any questions on there, Quan?
Now,
Most certainly. All right.
somebody, Salakia, somebody say angels, but I mean, I don't know if they want to question it.
No, they was answering the question. That's right.
Okay,
Yep.
okay. Cut it come.
Right, because the angels are the powers.
Oh, okay. Cut it come.
Christ will be considered. He was given the power to create the earth.
Cut it come. Salakia, if it could.
You got it.
This is the Yiddish book.
Yeah, so that textbook is for learning what you would consider Yiddish.
But you could break it down once you learn the alphabet of the Israelite school of Persia.
Well, I mean, it's some stuff in there that I got it for the sake of looking at the kind of a compare and contrast.
Okay.
But it ain't nothing that I'm gonna bring in here and be teach out of.
No, but it's almost like similar.
Yeah, I mean, if you can convert the letters like we do, if you can say I instead of a left, then some of it is useful. But they got a lot of rules in there too that don't even apply to ancient. So they got the you ever seen those little dots and all that stuff? That's something that's totally outside of ancient Hebrew.
It throws me off actually reading the letters sometimes.
Yeah, so when you see those dots, just know you can ignore them because they don't apply to ancient Hebrew.
The slash and all that.
Right.
Damn.
Okay, so let's get the Most High's name. You'll see this one a lot. You see this one a lot online too. If I stop buffering, I might be able to come to it. Frozen. It's lucky. We'll get it. Give me 1 second. Bear with me. See if you get a scripture with the Most High's name on it.
Yiddish or?
No, it don't matter. I mean, just look it up in the Blue Letter Bible.
Most High.
Try to find a.
You want to say Most High? The Most High?
No, it's gonna say Lord, which is his name, right? How do you know that's his name?
I know Yahweh Shai, Yahweh.
No. How do you know that that's his name? I gave you the scripture before, though. You might not remember.
Lord, Most High. How do I know it's his name?
Yeah. Go to
Power.
Go to Exodus 15:3. Grab that Bible behind you. Exodus 15:3. Go ahead and read that when you get it. Read it loud.
Exodus 15:3. The Lord is a man of war. The Lord is his name.
What's his name?
The Lord is his name.
The Lord is his name. All right.
Lord.
So matter of fact, we just go there. Damn, I'm still buffering.
Hey, Shalaki, if I could, all right, that means this is Yahweh.
Okay.
I'm just saying, I've been on my Hebrew test. Nah.
You should know that one without being on your Hebrew test.
Come.
All right, so we're gonna go to Exodus 15:3.
Okay. Give me my officer test.
All right. You got the Yah. You got the Ha. You got the Wa. And then you got the Ha. Right?
Could have gone.
So they would say Jehovah. Or if you grew up in a Christian church, what would they say? Jehovah.
Like Jehovah Witness, you know.
All right. They would say Jehovah.
Go.
So now you know where they get it from. You see this, you grew up in a Christian church and you heard the Lord's name was Jehovah all the time. The reason why, fake Israelites say Jehovah is because the J wasn't invented to like 1600s or something like that, some number. J was an original character in the alphabet, right? So in English, right, in English is bastardized even still. It says Jehovah, which if you wanted to go based on Yiddish, it would be Jehovah because they replaced the Y with a J. But again, that's not his name, right? Because that's Yiddish. That's not ancient Hebrew. Ancient Hebrew, you would have the Yah. You would have the Ha. You would have the Wa. And then you would have the Ha. Yahweh. That's his name. So you'll see this a lot. Jehovah. You see some other variations of this too. Yahuwah. I've seen that one before. I'm like, where did you get that from? Yahuwah. So I don't know. But you'll see Jehovah a lot. And again, this is Christianity. Christians will say Jehovah, but that's not his name. Even using these characters, if you converted them from Yiddish to ancient Hebrew, Yah, Ha, Wa, Ha, Yahweh. All right. So that's just two examples of what you see. If anybody else want to see any other examples of what they say in Yiddish, it's another one I can't think of. You always see fake Israelites, they using it all the time. I can't think of what it is though, but it's like y'all not even speaking Hebrew, right? Y'all speaking Yiddish. You following after the customs of the Jewish man who ain't even entitled to our language or our heritage.
Shalaki, if I could.
You got it.
Virgo King.
Huh?
Shalaki.
That's the name? Burger King?
You know what I'm saying? Making me hungry. But his name. Virgo King. Virgo.
Oh,
Cuddle Khan.
okay, go ahead. What's
it ain't Burger King, but it's Virgo King.
All right, Burger King.
Let me get this straight. So called Negroes are black who believe they originated from Africa, but in fact, blacks are the original Hebrews from Israel, correct?
Damn right. Virgo King.
Kind also, so like on them up. That's that off-brand Burger King.
Hey, they got McDonald's and McDowell's. They got Burger King and Damn.
On them up, you know what I'm saying? Go get you a McWater. Then he also asks, do you guys observe the Sabbath on Friday night, Saturday night?
Okay, so the Bible says the days begin. A day actually begins in the evening, right? When the Lord made the earth, it was. He said it was evening, and the first day, this evening again. That's the first day from sundown to sundown is one day. The Sabbath actually begins at sundown on Friday. So Sabbath starts on Friday at sundown to Saturday sundown. Then the Sabbath is over. That's how you count the Sabbath, right? From sundown to sundown, that's one day. Now, Esau would tell you a day begins at 12 a.m. in the middle of the night. So it's 12 a.m. to 12 a.m., which makes no sense. You start, at some obscure time during the evening, and it ends, the same time the next day.
And if I could, that wouldn't make sense also when we didn't have watches everywhere back in the day.
Right.
So that couldn't be the way to tell for back then.
Right.
Everybody didn't have a watch.
Right.
Ain't know what time midnight was.
Right. And what the captain is saying is true, because like even if you use a sundial, it's like, okay, ain't it just easier to say, okay, the sun is up, okay, the sun is down.
And does the sundial work at night?
No, I don't know. I'm not an expert. Maybe if you got the proper amount of moonlight, who knows? I can't speak on it. But same thing with the moon, right? Like there was no, you didn't have a calendar per se. You counted, when the full moon came up, it's a new month. That's it. All these things were used to tell time. That's how time was told. Now we, way more advanced with calendars and watches and calendars and all this good stuff. But sundown to sundown is how you count one day. So the Sabbath is Friday sundown to Saturday sundown. Is that it?
Nah.
Go ahead.
Somebody said, Nanaya, sir. So look, they might be talking Yiddish. Adonai, sir.
Huh? What's the question?
Shalakia. Where is it? The last one right there. That must be Shalakia, sir, in Yiddish.
No.
No, it's not. No,
I don't know what the brother trying to say.
Khan. Izar. Ya Allah.
Any questions on Facebook?
Sir, not sure if it's me, but not getting any sounds.
What?
Tracy Wolf Turner. I mean, gotta be him though.
Yeah. I think you might want to refresh because I haven't. Everybody been commenting and stuff, so I would assume that the sound is working.
Refresh.
Anybody else?
Oh, okay. You got a cap? Oh, that was me. No, not me.
Anybody else?
Nah.
No.
They called God. Oh. He's saying they called God, whatever that was he was talking about earlier.
I never heard that one.
I
never heard that one.
I don't even know how to read it.
That might be true, but I never heard it. I heard Jehovah. I heard Yeshua. No, that was Christ's name. I heard Jehovah, Yehovah, and one more. But anyway, it's all Yiddish. It's not ancient Hebrew. So, all right. If that's all the questions, then we're gonna get into some word lookup. I thought you was coming with a sentence this week that you wanted.
Salaki, I've been busy. No.
No, don't try to do something on the fly. Get me jammed up. You come up with some super complicated thing. I can't break down. All right, so it was one interesting word. Like we never use a lot of connecting words in Hebrew, and I saw one that was I thought was pretty good. So I think we can add this to the repertoire for real. Let's go. Man. Okay, look up therefore, because I can't see the script. I took a picture, but I can't see the scripture. Look up therefore. In the Blue Letter Bible.
Therefore. I want to say Genesis 12 and 10, Salakia. Therefore, but it has like a exclamation mark between.
I had already went to Genesis 4 and 15. All right, so Genesis 4 and 15.
4 and 15. Oh, you way down there. Okay, let me see. 4 and 15. Oh, Salakia, I don't think. Let's see. Therefore. Oh, I think Genesis 22 and 2 would be a better one, Salakia. For and offer him therefore a burnt offering.
Well, this is a word that that we use. Khan.
Salakia.
So, therefore, thus, all right. So what's interesting about this is it can be used as an adjective or adverb, right? So in Hebrew, Khan, all right, will look like that. Be spelled like this in English. If it's a adverb, adverb. If it's an adjective, it would mean right, just, honest, true. That's just a good connecting word. Therefore, you can use it, therefore, this being so, thus, right? We always look for those little short connecting words to kind of help out.
Therefore.
So you didn't have any sentence in mind? Because if not, then I'm just I brought something.
See, I want one. I haven't found none yet, but I want one where we can start speaking here.
You keep saying that, but you're not bringing, what you want to say. Like, what would be a common term that you want to say?
Are you sure you want me to do this or no? A lot of stuff. Like damn.
Well, you gotta take.
I gotta come up. I gotta really brainstorm.
You gotta take one. You know what I'm saying? We can't tackle it all.
I'm trying to be speaking Hebrew next week. Nah. Like we could be around a lot of people and be able to speak, so they don't understand what we're talking about and stuff like that.
Let's get Exodus 6 and 2.
Exodus 6 and 2.
Yep. Pull up your blue letter Bible. Exodus 6 and 2.
Right now, you just looking up words.
Unless you got, I was gonna go to something else unless you got a word you want to look up.
Okay, yeah, well, that's the important part. I'm kind of waiting for it.
No, we get it now.
Okay, cool. One word I wanted to look up was sturdy.
Sturdy.
Like the opposite of flaky.
The opposite of flaky.
Right.
Okay, so we're gonna if you could, Kwam, pull up a thesaurus, right? We're gonna have to find
The definition?
no, not the dictionary, a thesaurus. We're gonna have to find words that are, that's the same as or mean the same as sturdy. Because sturdy is not in here. So that's the thing about the Blue Letter Bible. Some of these words in the scriptures just wasn't used, right? So nobody said sturdy, but they might have said durable. Let's see, durable.
Sturdy in the thesaurus.
Okay, hold on. Proverbs 8 and 18 as durable.
Thesaurus. You said thesaurus?
Don't worry about it.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna think this. They don't understand my English.
Okay, so this word. Hold on. Well, I think we got this word already. Oh no, we don't. No, we don't. It's close to a brother's name already. All right, Cap. So this word means handed forward, advance, enduring, durable, valuable, eminent, surpassing. Would that work?
The one word, durable.
Yeah, durable is one of the meanings.
Oh, okay, yeah, because I was looking for something more like let's say there's a brother who's kind of flaky at first, but then he comes strong, and we name him something that has to do with standing strong, firm. You know what I'm saying? Like solid or foundation or something. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, we can get a different one, but let's get this one. This one, I thought. All right. No, that's not.
So I thought.
Q, quad.
Oh, okay, not I to ya.
No, that's why I said it was almost like.
Yeah.
So I thought. You got the I, the tha, and the qua would be I thought. All right, so that's handed forward, advance, enduring, durable, valuable, eminent, surpassing.
Wait, it means all that?
Mm-hmm. You could use it. It's interchangeable with those meanings.
Damn. Okay.
All right, so the root word is from the root word spelled the same, but it's pronounced different. I thought. To move, proceed, advance, move on, become old, be removed, to move. So, all right. So you're looking for something. What's another word that you would use to describe this, Kev?
Solid foundation.
Solid. Let's look up solid.
Make sure I don't already have those words.
That's interesting. You don't see solid.
What about the word foundation?
Yeah, I think it's a brother in the school with that name.
Could, and I don't know, I don't know. It's the what?
Like no say.
No say, because we could do the Spanish all day, Cat. Like, I don't know.
I just say, I don't know.
Nah, I means no. You know what I'm saying?
All right, so
So I gotta come with a list, you know.
that is not the word that I'm looking for. All right, so I looked up foundation and it's saying your womb, but it's not. It don't mean foundation. So I got to find another word. That's the thing with the Blue Letter Bible. Like the Bible in general is all context. So if the word is being used in one context, it might not be the word that you're looking for. We'll take a little research and a little digging to find the proper context. All right, so that was Exodus 9 and 18. Let's try Joshua 6 and 26.
How do you get to the exact word that's in Joshua 6:26? You just gotta read it.
No, you could, where you at, Kat?
You better Bible app.
Okay, let me back out. Hey, Shalakia, everybody online, let me step up. So I look up, first I go to the search, and then I type in foundation.
Scripture you just say, okay. So I picked up Joshua 6:26.
Right, so I get this option.
Okay, what's got the
Okay.
Hebrew underneath it?
All right, so then I read it in Bible View.
Oh, that's it right there? Oh, these the words? Oh, yeah, curse. Damn, we got all type of words.
Mm-hmm. And then you can even, like if you click on it, I'm gonna show you.
Well, woman's in here. That rises up.
All right. So now I'm on the same screen you at, but you can go.
Yeah, I got your cards. That lay the foundation. I got your cards.
And then you can click it one more time. And it goes down one more level. You can click it, your card.
Okay. Who are them?
No sweat. All right, so there's a brother in the school named Yakad, in Trinidad. And Yakad means to found, fix, establish, lay foundation. You know, to found, if you're founding something, mean you're beginning it, you're establishing it. Like that's why they call business owners like founders. Like I'm the founder and CEO or whatever. All right. So also to establish, to appoint, to ordain. Would that be the context that you're looking for, Kat?
Right.
Okay. All right. So Yakad. You want to write that in Hebrew? Yakad.
Yakad. Kind of coming. Something like a cod.
You would have the Ya.
Yakad. And the ka.
Hold on. No, that's not right. It's not Yakad.
But I already know how to
It's
spell it.
Yasad.
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 How come I got you? Oh, it do say your side.
Yeah, Yasad.
Damn. Hey, Officer Rock. Officer Rock. Your side. That brother, your side. And,
Yasad. It's Yasad.
And
Erase that.
What did his name mean?
Erase it.
Z.
Erase it.
That's something to do with foundation.
Side.
No, just write the Hebrew letters first in ancient Hebrew.
Okay.
Erase that. Yeah.
And ancient.
So write the letter. So write the letter.
Yeah.
Serious.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Sa.
Sa.
Yeah, I mean, serious, sir.
Mm-hmm. And then Da.
Da. Oh shit, I'm tripping. I'm tripping. Hold up.
All right, so the word that we writing on the board right now is Yasad. And this means to found, meaning to found something, be the founder, to fix, to establish, to lay foundation. So if you want to, you talking about a strong brother or something that you're trying to do, Yasad is the word, right? Yasad. So now you can write it. No, from right to left.
So English.
Yeah, just put the letters up under it. What each letter is.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that leaned over Z with the line in it. It says yeah. Then what?
The Sa.
Sa. Very good. Then
The Da.
mm-hmm. All right, now spell it in English. Spell it out in English. The Sa. Hold on.
Oh, Shalakia.
No.
No.
You never. Do you do that in English?
My bad. But that's what it's gonna be. God, Shalakia.
No, it ain't. Because you going from left to right again.
Oh, but no. Hold them up. Shalakia.
Go ahead. Just put the connection.
My bad. Shalakia. Hold them up. Hold them up.
Right. Damn right. So that's your side, and it's kind of close, right? But what the brother did first is he wrote the ancient Hebrew with the connectors. You got the Yah, the Sa, and the Da. And he just put what each character sounds like up under it. Yah, Sa, Da. And then when you spell it in English, now obviously if you're not familiar with Hebrew is written and read from right to left. That's why you see, this Dasa Yah doesn't make any sense because he's not writing it out in English. He's actually just putting the sound up under each. But when you read Hebrew, you read it from right to left. That's why your Hebrew Bibles are written from right to left. If you try to read it like a normal English from left to right, then you'll get jammed up. But when you write it out in English, it says Yasad. That's a word for foundation. You had another. Hey, Shalom. You had another word to look up.
It was a seeker. I'm trying to think what it was.
You said seeker?
Not seeker. I think I got that word already. Seeker. Like to seek.
Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, it's a word that means like to like how the scriptures say, bethink yourself. Like you may bethink you, like it said the children of Israel bethink themselves. It's like go back to the law, like, oh, we're messing up. I need to go back, like almost like repent. But it's like bethink. What's a word for that?
Yeah, so I'm telling them to pull up the thesaurus. I can pull it up, and that way we can find.
Bethink. What's that word? How does bethink in Hebrew? Like you bethink yourself.
You know what? They might actually.
Bethink is a word.
Might actually use it, so we can just look that up. Yeah.
And then what Kompara asks for is I don't know. How do you say I don't know? That's it. That's all I have.
All right.
That's what you said, sir. No, I'm just kidding.
All right. So the think does come up. And I think this is the context that you want. All right, so this means to return, to turn back, to come or go back. So that's kind of what you're looking for.
Yep.
All right, this word is shawab. You got the sha, the wa, and the ba.
Lucky if I could.
I keep thinking about it. Don't tell me. I keep looking at the.
Only if I could. Nah, I like to step up there though.
All right, this is the sha, the wa, and the ba. Sha, wa.
Shawab. I heard that word before. Love you.
Oh, yeah. I heard it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Shawab. This means to turn back.
Oh, no,
Bethink,
I
like
did.
Kat was saying, to bethink, basically to repent. Change your way of thinking. You've been, you know, doing dirty, smoking weed, stealing, robbing, killing. You better shawab. Or it's not gonna be tawab.
That's it. Hey, that's it. Shawab, but it's not gonna be the wild. That's it. That's it.
That's a big whisper. That's a big
Shawab.
whisper.
Shawab. Nah, hey, that's it. Yeah.
Somebody's name before Lord.
I like that one. Wow.
Super Shabbat.
Dang.
How you doing, Tawab?
But it's not
Shawab,
Shawab. But I ain't Shawab. Nah.
I'm Tawab since I Shawab.
All right, so we're gonna try to find the proper context for not knowing.
Yeah, I don't know. Or, you know, in Spanish they say no sé, or something like that.
Shema.
All right, Kwame, you can look it up in your Blue Letter Bible as well. See if you can find the proper context.
Come.
All right.
So, like, if you could again, what is the word?
It ain't really a word, but it's. I think we looked this up already because I remember this word.
Yeah, okay. That's not.
You die.
You die.
Don't you remember that word? That means to know. All right, to know, to learn, to perceive, right? To know by experience, to consider. We looked up this word before.
But it's not in the Blue Letter Bible.
Yeah, it is, but it ain't like I don't know because that's not like a one-word thing. But to know is you die.
You die.
So you got the ya, the duh, and the I.
You die. You die.
You die.
You die. You die. I need a notebook. See, we put all these words together. You die.
You die. Actually, it's no. Oh, I did that wrong. There's no connection.
Right.
That means to know.
How do you say it again, sir?
You die.
You die. You die?
That's a hardcore name right there. You die.
Yeah, you
You
die.
read, nigga, you die.
Yeah. We get together and you die.
Right.
What does that one mean? That means I don't know?
To know.
It means to know.
Oh, it means to know.
Right.
Say, nigga, you gonna know.
Clean gas till you die. You know what I'm saying? You don't come to class, you want to die? Nah. You don't come to class, I'm gonna die? Nah.
You said to know?
That's to know. So, I guess really, if you want, if we need to find like probably a better context to you know, basically what you got to do with the Blue Letter Bible, you got to look and see the thought behind it. Like, I don't know, because if you try to look up the words individually, you're not really gonna get what you want. So this one's gonna take some more research, really, because if you try to look up I don't know, I do not know,
Just it ain't lie. You die?
it might be, but I wouldn't want to give you a wrong translation.
Now how you die?
Lie, you die. You die lie.
That's how I would say
How
it,
you die lie?
but I'm sure there's like a better way to say it.
Now how you die, you can't.
You die lie.
You know?
You die lie.
I like
did this with sir.
I like to cheat. I like to look and see in the prayers and see can we find anything that the generals already translated.
Right.
That'd be the easiest thing to do, but I don't remember anything where it said, I do not know, or don't know, or we don't know. But we'll get it. We'll see. I'll see if I can find a better way to say, all right, because your die is to know, but we want to say I don't know. What I'm thinking, what I still need to verify is it would be la you die, which kind of makes sense, but that don't necessarily mean that is right. So Matter of fact, I'm gonna take that note so I can do it next time. Any more words?
Like,
We probably got time for a couple more. Hold on, let me take this note real quick.
it might not be in there. I don't know. Like,
What you looking for?
I don't know about this shit. Nah, I don't know that.
All right, we streaming out. We streaming.
Go. Like,
You got another word or not?
nah, that was it. Go. Nah, it was there.
All right, no sweat. All right, so we probably got. Matter of fact, I ain't going to even go into what I was going to. I'll save for next class. But we'll look up a couple more words because it's about time close to ending anyway.
So lucky, sir. How do you do numbers in Hebrew?
Numbers. You got.
I know how to do the second, but how would you do the third?
The third, I don't know how to do the third. I have to look that up. Because that ain't really like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
In terms of names,
Okay.
or just third in general?
Like in names or in general? It would basically be the same, wouldn't it?
Hold on one second.
Okay.
Look it up in the Blue Letter Bible. It says, and the evening and the morning were the third day, Genesis 1:13. Let's see what it say for third. Oh, look at there. Third. You want to look? It means third part, 3 years old, third rank, third time.
Third time's a charm.
Oh, Shalakia. My pastor's right.
Mm-hmm.
One of the sisters from last class, she remembered our questions from last week. She said, as per last class, you were going to follow up with me on words, we, us, and I.
We did we.
But I think we was missing like maybe one word.
No, we was good with we. I put we up. Us. So like, I did not find us. I'm gonna put we back up there, and I'll put I up there. But us, I still don't have. But I'm gonna put those two up next. So you come at down there at the end of the class talking about, you remember?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's my fault though. I was supposed to have that ready for you.
Shala.
You wanted it. You're gonna have to say it.
Shalaya.
So this is Sha, La,
Allah.
Ya,
Oh, I got this shit.
Sha, Ya. All right, so Shalaya.
Oh, the third.
Sha. Shala, Yesha.
Shala. Yes.
Shala, Yesha.
Yashalada.
So that's third?
That's third.
Okay, because I got shalash as just three. Shalash.
Right, so this is third, not three.
Okay.
So this means third, 1/3, third part, third time. It translates third part, 3 years old, third rank. All right.
How you say it again, sir?
Hey.
Sha.
Shala, Yeshai.
Yes. Lasha.
No,
Lasha.
listen to me.
Shalayashai.
Yeah, it's called
Listen to me.
Shala.
Shala.
Yeshai.
Shala. Yesha.
Third.
Third.
Shala, Yeshai.
It's called no.
Did you write it down? Take a picture? Because you ain't going to remember that.
No, I ain't. I'm gonna ask you again.
No, you're not. You see, I'm already getting in trouble with the sister.
Sister Lucky, sir, you never gave me the third.
Shalayasha. I need Shalayasha. Give me a third. Give me a third of that joint.
Ah,
Shalaya Shazos, man.
like I always did smoke more than the fourth. Nah.
You said you was gonna do weed or us, sir?
Oh, we about to do wheat.
Right now. Gonna look right for it.
Hey, Salakia.
He's got flash on.
Oh.
We can hear him.
No, it's like give me a second word.
All right, so this is we for the sister that was online. I think we did we. I think you probably had logged off because we did it at the very end. I found it. So this is we. And knock now, I remember. And knock. Now.
A knock an hour,
A knock now.
a knock an hour.
That's in the prayers too. Yeah, it is in the prayers.
Give me a second word. Yeah, good job.
A knock now.
Should I get some headphones?
We. A knock now. All right, so
This is funny though, because that word is long. Salakia, sir. As I say, for that to be a two-letter word in English, that thing is long in the Hebrew.
yeah, well, okay, probably because like Hebrew don't work like, you know, this means by itself, this means hour, right?
Right.
Nawa means hour. I can't remember what well actually not is Noah, but in this when it's joined with this it's a totally different word. But this by itself, that's Noah's name. We got a brother in the school named not.
Right.
I mean Noah. But this when it's together, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
It forms we. I don't know all the rules or the basis of it. I just know this is how you spell we.
Kind of, sir.
But you can always remember this part too. This part by itself, if you want to say hour, say now. Like when me and Quan was going over it, you know what I'm saying? One Hebrew class, we was going through all the different, you know, my father, our father, his father, father being the root word, Abba, right? And this is in the prayer, Abba Nawa. You remember that? In the prayer? Abba being the root word, Nawa being our.
Right.
Our father, Abba Nawa. Right? So you can say, since you can say that one too as one that you can say how you say our. So you got we, a knock Nawa, and our just Nawa. All right, I think we're gonna look up I and Salakia. I do not have us, so I'm gonna take that note down for sure right now, so I won't forget for next time.
Yeah, she just might be. Give me a second word. Give me a second word.
Say us in Hebrew. All right. So we're gonna look up I think I had that one as well. Oh yeah, we did this one too. Anya. Anya means I.
Onion.
All right. So that's two of the three. Sister, I owe you the third for us because I don't know how to say that. I don't even know if it's a Hebrew word for us.
Yeah, us and it's like us and our might be the same.
Might be. Might be. But I'm gonna double check. I'm gonna double check for you, sis. She got any more questions on that point?
Is there a vocabulary list I could study from the water out of one?
Huh? Say it again.
She wants to know if there's a list that she could study from.
Like, yeah, we got like a list of 100 most common verbs I mean, post your email address in there. Then I'll see if I can send it to you. Anything else?
Nah.
Yeah, really, if you want words, like I said, the difficult thing about I'm gonna give you a quick example, and then we'll probably close it out. But the Blue Letter Bible, it only gives you like the root words. It doesn't give you the other words that go along with it. Everything else is implied. For instance, go to Exodus 6:2 in the Blue Letter Bible.
Okay.
So like you said, the blue letter.
Right. Okay, for instance, right? The blue letter, if you look up Exodus 6:2 in the Hebrew, it says, and God spoke. And when you break it down, it says, Alahayim Dabar, right? But really, when you read it in the Hebrew, it say more than that. It says, Waya Dabar, meaning, and he said, and he spake, right? You see the difference? If you look it up in like the context, it'll say Dabar. It doesn't have the Waya in front of it, meaning that's implied. Instead of telling you, and he spoke in Hebrew, it just says spake is the word for spake. But really the best way to learn Hebrew words is to get in here and look up your words, do a search on it, and pull it up in the Blue Letter Bible. And for the most part, it'll give you the root words, which is generally what you need. Now, to speak fluently is just going to take more practice coming here. Instead of saying Debar, just spoke, spoke, you'll say Waya Debar, and he spoke, right? Hope that helped, but I'll send it to you. Did she post their email address in there? Live? She did, Most High in Christ. All right, with that, I'm gonna pass the class over to Trooper Kwamwapa. You do the, I'll rock out the prayers. You just do the announcements.
I.S.U.P.K. security announcements. We are the I.S.U.P.K. started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rules for new brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are to be off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 months period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers 18 through 21. Malachi 3 and 8 through 10 means tenth in the Hebrew. Masha'ira. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund. Free will offering for priests. Not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocation. Convocation. I get that messed up every week. Like you. We got the Feast of Purim, March 15.
March 7th and 8th.
March 7th and 8th? Salakia. And the Passover, April 9th.
Yeah, Mark.
If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start to start wearing all black boots, shirts, pants, headbands, scarves. With that, Imagine,
Which means what?
stand to rise.
Which means to stand to rise, right?
Apply Hakadam, which
No, Wapanya.
Wapanya Hakadam.
Hakwadam.
Wapanya Hakwadam.
Means turn the face east.
Let's turn and face the east. Shalaki, tap for your maybe to the sister.
Oh, yeah. I think she
She
sits,
do this.
don't she sit there? No, she stands.
She put her hand over her head.
Put her hand over her head. Yeah. We don't have
Cause we don't
no.
have no scars.
We gotta have to get to women's scarves next.
I brought some
What's that?
a long time ago. They should be in that bottom thing.
Yeah, just put your
Okay.
Isaac,
You in with a war scar.
no, I got some a long time ago.
I remember seeing that. Maybe got lost in translation.
Mm-mm.
No.
I did that order. She too but she put her hand up there. All right, we're gonna do the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. Abanawa.
Abanawa.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Qadash.
Qadash.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Shemka.
Shemka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Malakwat.
Malakwat.
Taba'ah.
Taba'ah.
Ratazak.
Ratazak.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Ba'aratazak.
Ba'aratazak.
Kawah.
Kawah.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Bashamayim.
Bashamayim.
Natanla now.
Natanla.
Lakam.
Lakam.
Kal.
Kal.
Yawam.
Yawam.
Wasalak now.
Wasalak now.
Kabwath now.
Kabwath now.
Kasalak now.
Kasalak now.
Kabwath now.
Kabwath now.
Wala'ah.
Wala'ah.
Kabiyah now.
Kabiyah now.
Bunasai one.
Bunasai one.
Abal.
Abal.
Awashai now.
Awashai now.
Mayan.
Mayan.
Rad.
Rad.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Laka.
Laka.
Amalakwa.
Amalakwa.
Ha'ala.
Ha'ala.
Watapara.
Watapara.
Wa'awalanyam.
Wa'awalanyam.
Amun.
Amun.
Lord's Prayer in English. Our Father.
Our Father.
Which art in heaven.
Which art in heaven.
Hallowed be thy name.
Hallowed be thy name.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy will be done.
Thy will be done.
In earth.
In earth.
As it is in heaven.
As it is in heaven.
Give us this day.
Give us this day.
Our daily bread.
Our daily bread.
Forgive us our debts.
Forgive us our debts.
As we forgive our debtors.
As we forgive our debtors.
And lead us not.
And lead us not
into temptation.
into temptation.
But deliver us from evil.
But deliver us from evil.
For thine is the kingdom.
For thine is the kingdom.
And the power.
And the power.
And the glory.
And the glory.
Forever.
Forever.
So be it.
So be it.
Prayer for the Hakat, the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Bahashim Yahweh Shai.
Bahashim Yahweh Shai.
Baba Kushai.
Baba Kushai.
Natan Lanao.
Natan Lanao.
Hakat.
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 Larapa'ah.
Larapa'ah.
Kal Magalah.
Kal Magalah.
Kal Marawa.
Kal Marawa.
Hakat.
Hakat.
Latahar.
Latahar.
Amatazariah.
Amatazariah.
Hakat.
Hakat.
Lahakim.
Lahakim.
Amathim.
Amathim.
Hakat.
Hakat.
Al Rakarawat.
Al Rakarawat.
Atama Allah.
Atama Allah.
Garshan.
Garshan.
Bahashim Yahweh Shai.
Bahashim Yahweh Shai.
Dawada Aman. Prayer for the Hakat in the English, Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name Yahweh Shai.
In the name Yahweh Shai.
Please give us the power.
Please give us the power.
The power to heal.
The power to heal.
All manner of sickness.
All manner of sickness.
And all manner of disease.
And all manner of disease.
The power to cleanse the lepers.
The power to cleanse the lepers.
The power to raise the dead.
The power to raise the dead.
The power against unclean spirits.
The power against unclean spirits.
To cast them out.
To cast them out.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
Prayer for the blessings in the Hebrew. Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Why Yahweh Shai.
Why Yahweh Shai.
Why Meyakala.
Why Meyakala.
Why Lahayim.
Why Lahayim.
Batazabiyah.
Batazabiyah.
Alawap Yohanna.
Alawap Yohanna.
Hi Alawapi.
Alawapi.
Hi Saranya.
Hi Saranya.
Hi Kwatazayeni.
Hi Kwatazayeni.
Hi Kayayayim.
Hi Kayayayim.
Why Akwati.
Why Akwati.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Bahashim Yahweh Shai.
Bahashim Yahweh Shai.
Tawara Aman.
Tawara Aman.
In the English. Bless you, Yahweh.
Bless you, Yahweh.
And Yahweh Shai.
And Yahweh Shai.
And Michael.
And Michael.
And the angels.
And the angels.
Commanding General Yohanna.
Commanding General Yohanna.
The generals.
The generals.
The captains.
The captains.
The officers.
The officers.
The troopers.
The troopers.
And the sisters.
And the sisters.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
The anointing prayer in Hebrew. Yabaraki Yahweh.
Yabaraki Yahweh.
Washamaraka.
Washamaraka.
Ya'ar Yahweh.
Ya'ar Yahweh.
Panyawa.
Panyawa.
Alyaka.
Alyaka.
Wayakanka.
Wayakanka.
Salaki. Yasha'at Yahweh.
Yasha'at Yahweh.
Panyawa.
Panyawa.
Alyaka.
Alyaka.
Wayashamlaka.
Wayashamlaka.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Bahashim.
Bahashim.
Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh Shai.
Barak.
Barak.
Rapah.
Rapah.
Magun.
Magun.
Hagun.
Hagun.
The Thurman family.
The Thurman family.
The Sutton family.
The Sutton family.
The Hill family.
The Hill family.
And all destroyed of Israel.
All destroyed Israel. The Wright family.
The Wright
The
family.
Jones family.
The Jones
The
family.
Blakely family.
The Blakely family.
The Fisher family.
The Fisher family.
All that destroyed Israel.
All that destroyed Israel.
Done.
The Johnson family.
The Johnson family.
The Hughes family.
The Hughes family.
The Grayson family.
The Grayson family.
The Russell family.
The Russell family.
And all destroyed of Israel.
All that destroyed Israel.
Done.
Done. All destroyed of Israel.
All that destroyed Israel.
Done.
The Johnson family.
The Johnson family.
Done.
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 Got anybody want to pray for us in the world? You just say their name and we repeat it.
Mom.
Hmm?
My mama.
You gotta say it loud.
My mama.
Done.
By Hashem Yahweh Shai.
By Hashem Yahweh Shai.
The water Aman.
The water Aman.
In English. Yahweh bless thee and keep thee.
Yahweh bless thee and keep thee.
Yahweh make his face shine upon thee.
Yahweh make his face shine upon thee.
And be gracious unto thee.
And be gracious unto thee.
Yahweh lift up his countenance upon thee.
Yahweh lift up his countenance upon thee.
And give thee peace.
And give thee peace.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Bless.
Bless.
Heal.
Heal.
Shield.
Shield.
Protect.
Protect.
I.S.U.P.K curses.
I
Blessed are you, Yahweh.
Blessed are you, Yahweh.
King of heaven and earth.
King of heaven and earth.
And all things living.
And all things living.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Listen to us now.
Listen to us now.
Right now.
Right now.
Send evils and curses.
Send evils and curses.
And punishment and destruction.
And punishment and destruction.
To the heathen.
To the heathen.
That speak against us.
That speak against
Thy
us.
prophets.
Thy prophets.
The teachers.
The teachers.
The princes.
The princes.
The priests.
The priests.
Israelite brothers.
Israelite brothers.
And the school.
And the school.
Send evils and curses.
Send evils and curses.
And punishment and destruction.
And punishment and destruction.
To the heathen.
To the heathen.
And shake loose the treasure.
And shake loose the treasure.
Of the rich of Israel.
Of the rich of Israel.
That refuse to give to the school.
That refuse to get to the school.
Force their riches.
Force their riches.
To enter into thy sanctuary.
To enter thy sanctuary.
Send evils and curses.
Send evils and curses.
And punishment and destruction.
And punishment and destruction.
To the Edomites.
To the Edomites.
And the nations.
And the nations.
And their drug dealers.
And the drug dealers.
The court system.
The court system.
The prison system.
The prison system.
Planned Parenthood.
Planned Parenthood.
All the governments of our enemies.
All the governments of our enemies.
Amalek synagogues and armies.
Amalek synagogues and armies.
Roman Catholic Church.
Roman Catholic Church.
The Pope.
The Pope.
Islam.
Islam.
Christianity.
Christianity.
Egyptology.
Egyptology.
Militia.
Militia.
Ku Klux Klan.
Ku Klux Klan.
Aryan Nation.
Aryan Nation.
Skinheads.
Skinheads.
Posse Comitazi.
Posse Comitazi.
The gay movement.
The gay movement.
The lesbian movement.
The lesbian movement.
Spies.
Spies.
Workers of witchcraft.
Workers of witchcraft.
NASA space program.
NASA space program.
Army.
Army.
Navy.
Navy.
Air Force.
Air Force.
Marines.
Marines.
Wall Street.
Wall Street.
Open up the internet.
Open up the internet.
And the airwaves.
And the airwaves.
The cable access channel.
The cable access channel.
And the radio channel.
And the radio channel.
Convict the spirit.
Convict the spirit.
Of any of thy people.
Of any of thy people.
That seek to stop us.
That seek to stop us.
And bring swift destruction.
And bring swift destruction.
To all the heathen.
To all the heathen.
That stand in the way.
That stand in the way.
Or try to stop us.
Or try to stop us.
From broadcasting your word.
From broadcasting your word.
Throughout the planet Earth.
Throughout the planet Earth.
Let loose all the plagues.
Let loose all the plagues.
Cause them to go.
Cause them to go.
To and fro.
To and fro.
Through the earth.
Through the earth.
And consume them.
And consume them.
Let the plague shake.
Let the plague shake.
The house of the thief.
The house of the thief.
And the murderer.
And the murderer.
Let Yahweh shine.
Let Yahweh shine.
Michael and Gabriel.
Michael and Gabriel.
Come down with the flying saucer.
Come down with the flying saucer.
And punish all the heathens.
And punish all the heathens.
That come up against us.
That come up against us.
As we speak thy word.
As we speak thy word.
Cause it to be known by all.
Cause it to be known by all.
That it is the angels that have done it.
That the angels have done it.
Cause it to be spread.
Cause it to be spread.
Throughout the media.
Throughout the media.
Throughout the whole world.
Throughout the whole world.
Cause them to shake at thy coming.
Cause them to shake at thy coming.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Thank you always.
Thank you always.
So be it.
So be it.
Sar, which means a turn. Sister, you can be seated. Men of Israel, we're going to give a courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Man Shabbat. I imagine. Barak.
Yahweh Shem Yahweh
Barak. Guys, Matah. All right, sis, you can stand. All right, you're going to put your right hand over your left hand like this and cover. You're going to put your feet at a 45 degree like this with a slight bow to your head like that. All right, and you're going to repeat after me. Salak. Now, I'm going to give it to her first, and then we can do it.
Okay.
We're going to say Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Shema,
Shema,
Al,
Al,
Atha,
Atha,
Athan,
Atha,
Bahashem,
Bahashem,
Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai.
Bahashem,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Shai.
Shah.
All right, so now we're going to do it. Men of Israel, we're going to give a courtesy salute to the sister. Everybody face the sister. Men of Israel, Man Shabbat. I imagine. Barak.
Yahweh Shema Adon Hashem Yahweh Shai.
Now you Shema,
Shema,
Al,
Al,
Atan,
Latan,
Bahashem,
Bahasham,
Yahushua.
Yahasham.
What you just said, Lord, in the name of Jesus, watch over you. Yajimata, class dismissed.
Big deal. I know what I look like trying to speak fast.
I wasn't gonna say that. I wasn't gonna say nothing, but
You know better than that.
hey, you missed some questions on YouTube, huh?
Nah, sir.
Yeah.
Nah, they miss me.
Fuck up.
Hey, they miss me.
Fuck up.
Nah, Salakia. They miss me.